Man, do we have a bunch in store for you this evening. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but this is history.
Yes,
Enjoy
sir.
the rest of the evening. Peace, peace, y'all.
Check it out. Peace.
What's up, world? Welcome to Space City Classic 2021. Wherever you are tuning in from, you know the deal. Because if you're not tuning in this weekend to Space City Classic, I don't know what you're tuning into. My name is Jeremy. I'm your host. Welcome to Break Free Worldwide. Shout out to CYVIZ Technology for housing us here for the Break Free Media Day. You might be asking, what is Break Free Media Day, right? Especially if you know about the breaking scene. This is the first of its kind, y'all. We're trying to do something special. We're trying to put something on and build up the storylines and tell you guys about these first round matchups for the top 8 B-boy and the top 8 B-girl battles tomorrow. Global Championship event, baby. Here in CYVIZ headquarters, we have the top 8 B-boys, the top 8 B-girls, the judges, the DJs. I see everybody here. How y'all feeling today? Make some noise. This is crazy. I haven't felt these vibes in a year and a half, in 2 years. I hope wherever you're tuning in from that you're staying safe in consideration of everything. You know, if I can share a message, one thing over the past 2 years that I've really learned is that you have to embrace and you have to adapt. And to share something personal, I think that's something that hip-hop culture has really taught me. And when I see everybody in the room here safely, I'm reminded of what hip-hop culture has done for me, right? And it's about peace, love, unity, and having fun. We're all familiar with those ideals and what they are, but it's really about applying action behind those, right? And so often, after the past 2 years, we haven't been able to apply action to it. We've been confined in our homes. We've been online battles, whatever it may be. And we did our best with Space City Classic in order to bring these vibes back. And I don't know about y'all, but y'all feeling those vibes today? So, even though it's about peace, love, unity, and having fun, it's also about getting down. And that's what Space City Classic is, y'all. Top 8 B-boys and top 8 B-girls from around the world. If you haven't checked it out already, let's take a look at that bracket. First up for the top 8 B-girl battles. Top 8 of the best from around the world, y'all. First up, we got B-girl Maka versus B-girl Kate for round 1. This is also going to be the order of the battles. Next up, we got B-boy Zeku versus B-boy Victor going into the B-boy bracket, right? After that, B-girl Lady Jules versus B-girl Wanda. After that, B-boy El Nino versus B-boy Jeffro. Floor Lords versus Rad Crew. B-girl Rascal Randy versus B-girl Gilu. B-boy Palmer versus B-boy Scumbag Jose. Palmer and Scumbag Jose were actually replacements for Stripes and Beast Boogie, who were not able to make it. And last but not least, B-girl Sunny versus B-girl Pep C. Yo, what do y'all think about those battles? Make some noise. And if you're tuning in from home, let me hear you say, woo! You guys aren't tuning in from home. Y'all ain't listening. So, the way that it's about to go down, y'all, is we're going to call up these competitors. They're going to get a chance to share because, you know, I like the way that I talk. I talk pretty good. But it's about these competitors and what they have to share. So first up, to the tables, can I get first up Maka and Kate, the first battle of the B-girl bracket. And then following them, the first battle of the B-boy bracket, can I get B-boy Zeku and B-boy Victor? So, the stage is set, y'all. This is the first battle. We have the B-girls, Maka versus Kate, and we got the B-boys, Zeku versus Victor. I'm going to start off with the B-girls, because ladies first. Of course, we got Monster Energy, B-girl, Maka in the house, y'all. Representative of Philadelphia, residing in Atlanta. Maka, the first question goes to you. And before I ask my questions, if you're tuning in from home, please drop your questions in the comments, whatever it may be. You will have the chance to have questions answered by any of these competitors if you do drop your comments. But I got a first question for you, Maka. It's been a year and a half, 2 years. I don't know the last time you had an actual on-site battle. You can speak directly into the mic. How are you feeling coming into Space City Classic and battling here for the first time in a while?
Whew. Feels crazy, Jeremy. It feels crazy. Not having been competing for like over a year in person, it feels different, you know? It feels different coming into the space. It's a new type of butterflies in that sense, you know? It's a new type of energy. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get down, to be able to get down in person again. Being around people, I feel like I got to get used to that again, you know, being around people. I haven't been around people for a long time, so, and especially with the circumstances that we're in right now. So, but we ready, so I'm excited to do this.
How ready are you, Maka?
I'm very ready. Let's believe that.
On that topic, I honestly don't know the history between, I don't know if you battled Kate before, but.
Oh, yes, I have.
Okay. How many
Let's make
times?
it juicy now.
How
Let's
many
make
times?
it
You
juicy.
keeping track, Maka? How many times have you
I mean,
battled?
we both keeping track, right,
Okay.
Kate?
So, 3 times. I don't know who won and who lost each of those times.
I think I won the first 2. And
Okay.
she's shaking her head. I don't know. I can't see. But I think I won the first 2.
You gotta
There you
verify,
go.
Kay, is that right? I don't know. Well, last.
She won the last one.
Okay. So 2-1 then. Well, what can you say? Last question, Mark. What can you say about Kate as an artist? You going against her. What is your strategy? How do you feel about battling Kate the first round?
Damn, we just battled, you know. So, but it's all good. So I definitely. I mean, she obviously puts in work and what she does, you know, and that's without a question. So, so it's still dope to go up against somebody that puts in work, you know. So I like that.
Thank you, Maka. And Kate, just to go off of that energy and that question, we heard about the history, the 2-1. It means you got to do. That's a tie. You got to win 2-2. So, what's? So, what are your thoughts going into the battle against Maka for this 4th time?
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting for sure. I mean, the first 2 battles when Maka won, it was her territory, Philadelphia, and I think it was a big plus for her to feel the vibe and energy. So we'll see what happens next time. This time, I mean. Wait, what was the question?
Is Maka whack or dope? That was the question.
No, Maka is hella dope, of course. Like we all know, and it's always nervous, as Maka said, to come back to, I don't know, real people, to see cameras, to shake someone's hand. So I feel a bit nervous, but it's good to be back.
Awesome. Yeah, I think when I look at the matchup of styles, man, I think I said this on the podcast, but like on the surface, some people are like, yo, Maka's about musicality, bugging out, and Kate's about like technical flow, you know. But I think both of you guys possess those things as well, like when you really dig deep into it. Like Maka's flow and technicalities, crazy. I think it's underrated, and I think Kate listens to the music every single time, and I think those traits are not really shown or respected for you guys. So I think this matchup is very well placed. And I think it's one of the closest battles for the B-Girl bracket, so I can't wait to see it, y'all. Maka versus Kate. Make some noise. The first battle on the B-Boy bracket, Zeku versus Victor. Red Bull versus Monster. Florida versus Florida. Miami versus Orlando? No, that's not right. Kissing Me, that's right. MF Kids, baby. I knew that. I was just checking. So Victor versus Zeku, man, if y'all don't know, there is a history behind this. I don't even want to ask a question because I think these guys know what they have to say about each other. I'm going to just open up the mic. It's whoever wants to go first. What do y'all have to say about this battle?
I'm 100% ready. I've been training. Last 2 times I battled him, I was like 40%, 50%. I was just messing around, but I'm ready.
Woohoo!
So Zeku, apparently you beat a 40% Vic, so you're gonna go against a 100% Vic now. How does that feel going against a 100% Vic?
I mean, honestly, he's definitely a top dog in the game. And when I battled him, I don't say it because I like to keep my mouth shut. I don't really say I was 40%, 30%. I had 2 torn meniscus. I had the bottom of my feet bleeding. All that stuff was happening. And I guess 40% of me was better than 40% of him. But regardless, I can't even hear what he said. But I'm glad he showed up because honestly, I wanted to battle Hong Ten. But he's a more confirmed battle, so I'm just happy that he came.
I just want to say, like, what is one of the most the dopest part about this battles is the Florida aspect, man. I think, personally, like my generation, like I think when I came up, Vic and I were like, in the same generation, and I think Zeku kind of falls a little bit afterwards. There's that little crossover right there, but I think who's gonna, like, for me, it's like, who's the king of Florida? I think that's what feeds into it. So the last question for y'all is, what does that mean to y'all about Florida and representing Florida? Does that feed into y'all's battle, or what do you think that plays into it, the Florida effect?
To be honest, the King of Florida thing, I don't think that's something that I'm like really like gunning for. I do so much more out of being just a competitor. I do this because this is where I breathe. This is my true oxygen tank as a breaker. So I do so much more as a competitor that I don't think the King of Florida really just resides in beating somebody. I think it comes from everything that you do for the community. So to be honest, this isn't a battle of the King of Florida because we can go at it multiple times. The meme about us battling still in 2054 is a real thing. Like, people just want to keep seeing this battle. And honestly, it's at this point, it's not about battling him anymore. I want to battle all the big names that exist in the game, and that's it for me, really.
Awesome, yeah. I saw that meme. Who made that? Was that you? Who made it? It was pretty accurate, too. Y'all, it looks like what y'all gonna look like when y'all was old, too. So, Vic, speak on the Florida representation, or you coming up in your generation, our generation, and then Zeku coming up after. How does that Florida storyline play into it for you?
Well, I honestly got inspired by a bunch of Florida people. I got inspired by like Flea, by like Flipside Kings, Street Masters. But yeah, we all, like, I've known Zeku since he was like 10, 11. I battle him a bunch of times, so, but it's always fun battling him. It's exciting because he gives it his all. So that's something that I look forwards to, because I love battling people like that, because it makes me do my best and it brings the best out of me. So I feel like, yeah, it's gonna be a really exciting battle, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And with the Florida King thing, I feel like that has nothing to do with anything, It's just like, we're all kings, like we're all fucking Florida kings,
Yeah,
Well, I'm not a Florida king. I'm not from Florida.
But me and him.
But I appreciate it. I'll take it, Make some noise, everybody. Zeku versus Victor. So the stage is set for round 1, B-boy and B-girl bracket. First up, can I get Maka versus Kate for the photo opportunity in the front? So ladies, make your way to the front. Face the cameras in the front for Mr. Gustavo. Front facing. Make some noise for Maka versus Kate, y'all. Give it up. Give it up. And then the face-off. Face each other. One more photo. Mr. Gustavo. One more photo. The face-off. Here we go. Give it up. Round 1. 3 rounds each. Maka versus Kate. All right. All right. Next up, B-boy first round. Zeku versus Victor. King of Florida, even though they say it's not about that, but really it is, y'all. Come on. Kissimmee, Miami. And then the face-off. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Zeku versus Victor. Round 1, 3 rounds each. Give it up, y'all. Make some noise. All right. Somebody said kiss. Kiss him. Kissing me. All right, all right. All right, how you guys feeling? That's the first round for the B-boy and B-girl bracket. Rolling right along. Coming up, can I get B-girl Lady Jules and B-girl Wanda to the stage, y'all? Wanda representing California. Lady Jules, Beat Freaks. And next up, can I get El Nino and Jeffro to the floor? El Nino and Jeffro. El Nino on my left, Jeffro on my right. Yes, this right over here, sir. So, this would be a dope 2-on-2 as well. This would be a fire. So, second round for the B-girl battles. We got Lady Jules versus Wanda. Y'all, Colorado, Los Angeles, West Coast representing. This is a crazy first round matchup, y'all. I think I want to toss it over to Lady Jules first because on the surface, I guess the veteran, no one's seen Jules in a minute. No, that's not my words. That's coming out of honestly nowhere. I think I've heard it from multiple people. Like seeing your name on the lineup was such a treat and such a surprise for everybody to see. So first question to you is like, where you been all these years? how you feeling? I mentioned this on the podcast, but like I feel an energy from you. I feel like you're motivated. I saw you at Honey Rockwell Studio with the fam. We got to meet your beautiful fam here. Shout out to Izzy and your husband. Yeah, how you feeling coming into this for the first time in a while, a battle like this?
I feel really good. I Flo asked me the same question. He's like, "Where have you been, or what have you been up to these last kind of 10 years?" And for me, it was a deliberate choice to kind of step away. I needed to. I kind of lost my love for it for a long time because of being in the industry, and I wasn't creating anymore, and I kind of felt like I hit this plateau, and I just didn't have the motivation. So I moved and started a family, and after I had Izzy, that really just kind of opened me up in the best way. I just feel so happy and fulfilled in my life, and so I really, honestly, this was just as big a surprise to you guys as it is to me to be back here, but there was just some sort of inspiration that, started coming back into my life. And as I started getting back into my body and kind of working on strength and mobility, it kind of sparked that creativity again. And I was like, wow, I definitely don't feel done. Like I definitely have a lot of competitive feelings, some feelings that I'm dealing with. I'm a competitor. I'm a competitive person. I finally have really embraced that part of me because I was like, that's not going to go away. It's just there. I want to compete when I play chess. I want to compete when I play volleyball or when I, just walking up the stairs. I'm like, come on, let's race. It's just in my blood. So this dance gives me a chance to be a creator. It gives me a chance to be exactly who I am in a different facet, and also just be really competitive, which I love.
That's awesome. It really seems like the time is right. It really, that's the feeling that I get from it. But when actually was the last time that you battled?
I don't know. I was thinking about that. I mean, it's been 10 years-ish.
Moist 88.
Yeah.
It was a jam called 88, right?
No, it was. I mean, honestly, I don't remember. It's been over 10 years. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think personally, I think it's like when I hear you say like the timing is right, I think that's all that needs to click, And do you feel like you have any pressure on you this weekend?
No.
Yeah.
No, and that's what's beautiful about this is that I put a lot of pressure on myself as a younger person. I really felt so self-conscious and not free. I was very calculated when I danced, very calculated how I would do my attacks, very planned, and it was like, really, I was just looking forward to get it over with because I wasn't feeling good about it. So it was like, okay, good, forget it, move on. But now I'm like, no, I want to absorb every single part of this, like from just the music to the people to, all of it. And that's what's so great is because as you get older, I think, for me, it has brought more of that appreciation, being in the moment, being able to savor things and appreciate my body for being able to do this. That's huge. And I hope other women and men and all of us know that we don't have, there's no limitations. It's not like, oh, when you're 50, you have to. It's like, if you train your body right, if you're eating right and you're training flexibility, mobility, all of that, you're good. You can keep going for a really long time. So I'm hoping that'll spread some kind of fire.
For sure. Make some noise for Lady Jules, y'all. The time is right.
Yes.
The time is right. And Wanda, how are you feeling? You know, same question. It's been a year and a half, 2 years since. I think you're the type of dancer that really feeds off the vibe and the energy, you know, specifically the music. So now that you have a vibe, what are you going to do with that vibe?
Well, with that long speech, I'm already exhausted. I really hope it's not a long battle tomorrow. No, just playing. The way I battle, I come raw. I come raw. I don't waste your time, and I make sure you don't waste my time. So that's how it's always been. I grew up in the ciphers, and you always come correct. I don't waste your time. You don't waste my time. And if you do waste my time, I'll make sure you don't come back. That's how I rock.
So hearing that, Jules, hearing that, the verbalization that something raw is coming your way, do you believe it? What does that make you feel hearing that?
Hungry. No, it's good. That's how she should feel, but I'm definitely not going to waste her time. And I know she won't waste mine. She's a really good dancer. But yeah, I'm ready. My lungs are good. And I'm from the high altitude, so here we go. Let's do it!
And last question for you. I think it's great to hear as you guys prepare. Like, these matchups give a unique opportunity to, like, you know, prepare or whatever, or know, like, your opponent, who you're coming at. So what can y'all say about each other's style? I know you mentioned, like, she's raw, or you feel that rawness from her. One at a time, what can y'all say about each other's style and craft and artistry?
I guess I'll go first. So with Lady Jules, I've heard about her training in LA. I kind of heard little specks here and there. I know she was in the industry, but competing wise, I've never really heard anything. I just heard she had like power moves and all that good stuff. But yeah, I think I don't know. Like, I can't speak on what she does now. You know, she's been out of the game, and you know, I see it as a veteran. You know, hopefully she has some good tricks under her sleeves. Hopefully it's a chess game kind of thing. But yeah, that's all I know.
And Jules?
Also, it was new to Wanda, so I started looking for some clips of her myself, and I think she's got a really funky, aggressive type style, kind of old school, you know, Miami almost, like with her dance style, and I like her attack. I love her confidence. I think she brings a really direct, competitive, you know, when she does her attacks, it's very direct, and I like that. And she also, you know, slips little things in here and there, so you have to really keep your eye on her. So
I did know that you did battle with Ness in Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying her style, and I'm excited. I think we're gonna bring a lot of good things out of each other.
It's the battle of the moms, right?
Yeah, we're moms.
Make some noise, y'all. Lady Jules and Wanda. Second battle of the B-girl bracket. Going into the other side, the B-boys. We got El Nino versus Jeffro. Floor Lords. Floor Lords versus Rock All Day. Squadron versus Monster Energy, y'all. What do we know what it is, Jeffro? If we know what it is, tell us what it is that we know what it is.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Jeffro representing Monster Rad Crew, Mr. Papillon, Ratty Daddy. Come on, man. What's up? Get at me.
That's a lot of names.
It is, man. It is.
Jeff.
El Nino called you Jeff.
Nah.
Jeffrey.
Hey, stay away from my government, man. You don't know me.
Jeffro, man, I think you're making a lot of noise over the past, 3 years. I seen you coming up from Houston before Monster. I seen you grow with Rock All Day. What can you say? Like, do you feel pressure coming into this? What do you feel like battling for the first time in a while? I know you entered some online comps, but how you feeling going into this weekend?
Michael, why you laughing? All right. I mean, I don't feel pressure at all. I just feel like I have no reason to feel pressured, I'm gonna just do what I do. I'm not really going against an opponent, If anything, I'm more of a dancer. I'm reacting to the music, So I could have anybody in front of me. I'm still gonna do what I do as long as the music is in tune, or I'm in tune with the music, So no pressure. I'm gonna just dance.
Awesome. What'd you say your name was? Papillon?
Good answer.
Papillon, a dancer. So Jeffro,
Papillon.
what can you? Papillon. I refuse to call you that. Man,
I'm not calling him that.
no one's calling you that, man. No one's calling you that.
Papillon?
The next question is, has anybody other than yourself called you that? What, like,
All my friends call me Papillon.
the second question, Jeffro, is I definitely think, El Nino has a lot more experience battle-wise for you. He's been in the game a lot long, even though you guys are, around the same age. I think there's been a lot more experience on El Nino's side. So what role do you think experience plays in this battle?
I mean, there's a lot of experience. Plays a lot into this, but even though he has a lot more battle experience, I have a lot of performance experience. I have a lot of mentors that taught me, like the right mentors. It's not like I never battled before. This ain't new to me. Like I've battled. This don't mean nothing. So it's the same thing. I'm gonna just do what I do and execute.
Awesome. Make some noise for
Jeff.
Jeffrey, everybody. El Nino, Squadron, Floor Lords, coming into this battle. I do kind of think that's the storyline, more experience, up and comer. What do you feel? Have you been seeing Jeffro's rise?
First of all, I'm Latino, so I should be Papillon or whatever you talk about. That's me.
Hey, that makes sense.
Nah. I know Jeffro. I seen his come up. I think he's dope. I mean, it is what it is. Experience definitely plays a part in battles for sure. And it just is what it is. Like, I don't really know what to say beyond that. You feel me? Like, we're gonna see what happens tomorrow. Like he said though, it really doesn't matter who's in front of me. Like, my mind is always on the final battle. So that I'm thinking about the final before. First battles are always hard. No shade, but I don't think this is like a hard first battle. I think it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be. I know why they put us together. He has a lot of energy, just like me. We leave it all on the floor, so I could see what the matchup. And yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Make some noise for El Nino, y'all. Jeffro, you heard that. In his opinion, it's not a hard first round battle. Do you think that it's a hard first round battle for you when you look at the entire lineup?
I mean, you just gotta come with some newer moves if you gonna come at me like that. But it's just that's just really what's gonna have to come up to. Cause I mean, we've all seen it. I'm not like I'm saying, like, this stuff doesn't faze me. I'm gonna do what I do. If you do what you do, you do what you do. But I'm gonna just do what I do, and it's gonna show. It's gonna show. That's all I'm saying.
Wise man once said, "You do what you do, and you do what you do." Make some noise for Jeffro and El Nino, everybody. So the second battle in the B-boy and B-girl bracket is set. So first up, let's get Wanda and Lady Jules for their photo opportunity, y'all. So facing the front, We got Lady Jules and Wanda. They went straight to the face-off, y'all. That's the mom stare of death right there. Lady Jules and Wanda, 3 rounds each, y'all. Make some noise. And then next up, we got El Nino versus Jeffro. Monster Energy Squadron. Straight to the stare-off, y'all. Make some 3 rounds each. Jeffro versus El Nino. Make some noise, y'all. Give it up. All right. Rock all day, floor lords. Yes, yes. You guys saw the brackets from the beginning. You know what was about to happen. You're hearing it from the competitors. Let's move on into the third battle for each. On the B-girl side, can I get Rascal Randy and G-Lou up to the stage, y'all? Make some noise for Rascal Randy and G-Lou. G-Lou, don't spill your coffee, please. Or your tea, sorry. We got Monster Energy right there. You should be. I'm just saying. And then the third battle for the B-boy bracket. This was actually a substitute. We did actually have Stripes versus Beast Boogie, but because of some circumstances related to injuries and both COVID-related travel restrictions, we did have to get these 2 substitutes. But the stage is still set. When I say these names, you guys know why we chose these 2. So make some noise for B-boy Palmer and B-boy Jose, y'all. Both representing Houston. Havoc Coro and Renegades, Hazardous Zombies. Yes, yes. So, on the B-girl side, we got Rascal Randy, we got G-Lou, y'all. I got to shout out to G-Lou, and I'll go to G-Lou first because she is one of 2 overseas competitors, non-USA competitors. So, thank you for this being able to work out. I know you're spending some time in Mexico, and it worked being so close to Houston and whatnot. So it's really dope to have you here. Rascal Randy, you know, representing USA. I think that's the dope first matchup we see for USA versus outside the USA, right? But going to G-Lou first. It's another battle. I think if you didn't see, we had the community vote on predictions and who was the favorite. And G-Lou was the overwhelming favorite from the community on who's going to win the B-girl bracket. So I say that because if this stage is set for like an underdog versus an overdog, the person who thinks, do you think that gives you pressure? Like when you saw that graphic, did it make you, the community saying like, G-Lou's gonna win? How does that make you feel when you see that?
Honestly, since this is one of the first events that happened to be in person, I had a lot of pressure. But when I saw that, I actually got a lot of confidence.
Nice. So it had the effect on you, kind of like relieving pressure.
A lot, yeah.
Okay, nice. And how do you feel after a year and a half, 2 years, you know, outside, you entered some of the break-free online battles, but this is your first time, you know, in some while entering some actual battles of this nature at least. So how do you feel going into it?
I mean, this whole year has been super different, and I hope I can just show a new G-Lou that I've been able to find for myself, and I hope I can show that. So that's my
noise for G-Lou, y'all. Give it up. And what can you say? Are you aware of Rascal Randy and her experience and her getting down? Have you seen some of their footage? What did you feel like when you heard you're battling Rascal Randy first round?
So actually, I was hoping for that matchup because we never battled, and I met Rascal Randy first time in my living room because she was traveling through Europe and she stayed at my house. So shout out to JK for connecting us. So yeah, we've been training together before we ever battled. We actually never battled. So yeah, this is actually my favorite matchup. I've been super inspired by you with the dancer style.
We should not have matched you guys up the first round. This is all new information for me, and we did a bad job of matching. Rascal Randy, say something bad about you.
The living room was mad messy. It was crazy. I'm playing. It was comfortable. Yeah, I slept so well.
Have you been to Houston? Is it your first time in Houston?
No, I've been to Houston a couple times. I came for Rebel BC1 2019.
That's right, yeah.
And then I came back out to judge the All Styles portion of B-Girl City.
Nice.
Right before everything shut down.
Yeah. Shout out to B-Girl City. Actually, B-Girl City is going to be doing some analysis tomorrow. Baby Girl, Clear, and Sin. Got to show much love to Bigo City. Everyone, make some noise for Bigo City. So I guess this being your third time in Houston, what do you feel about Houston culture? Because this is Space City Classic, you know, Space City. I think a lot of the things we wanted to do with this event is like have people come and experience Houston and then use that culture and that feeling here to produce something when you go out and dance tomorrow. So how do you feel about Houston culture?
I love coming to Houston. I feel like when I came in for Big Girl City, I didn't even sleep. Like I flew in, went to the jam, and we were up all night until I caught my plane the next day. And it's alive here. People are hungry. It's super raw and high level. And I'm excited to be here. I wish things were more open, you know, so we could really enjoy it. But yeah, it's just like everyone's been saying, it's just great to feel energy and be in person. And I'm also really looking forward to this matchup. This is a good matchup for me too, and I'm excited for this battle.
Awesome. Make some noise for Rascal Randy, y'all. And last question, even though you guys are like BFFs and all that stuff, how do you feel? How do you feel going into this battle? And you know, when you saw that matchup, did you feel excited? Did you feel hyped? Do you you know, looking at the results, I guess you are viewed as the underdog. How do you feel going into that against Jilu, the top favorite?
I love being the underdog. Honestly, I think there's a lot of potential and power that lies in being the underdog, right? Like, people aren't expecting as much from you. So you have a lot more freedom to just do your thing and prove people wrong, you know? And so it doesn't intimidate me. I feed off that. And I think we have really different styles. So I'm excited in what we can bring out of the other person in regards to that. And I'm hungry. I'm ready. It's been a year and a half since I got to battle, so I'm ready.
Make some noise, y'all. Rascal Randy and Jilu. Going over to the B-boy side, the alternates, and these are some of the freshest alternates I know, y'all. Jose, man, yo, you came up with me in Houston. Actually, like one of the first exhibition battles. Shout out to Culturas Unidas. One of the first jams they threw, that was an exhibition between you and I. So I think like we came neck and neck, and I've seen like it's been dope to battle with you a couple times, battle against you, man. So I always love seeing you represent on a high stage like this, man. So first of all, thank you for like on a last minute notice being able to take this battle and you know, go through all the precautions to make sure you were good for it and everything. So how do you feel coming into this like on a last minute basis and on a big stage like this?
First of all, I hate cameras, and so my heart's pumping like crazy. So I don't do cameras.
Make some noise for Jose, everybody! We love you, Jose! Let your hair down, bro.
I know, right? Nah, I wasn't gonna do it, and I even told Jeremy that, I'd rather somebody else get it, you know. But then he said 2 people backed out, and I just felt like I was fighting it, so I just, you know what, let's just do it. And then we find out it's Palmer, which the biggest inspiration of my life. I can never take anything away from him. So y'all not gonna hear nothing negative. I'm just letting y'all know. And the reason is, he packed my bags on my first trip ever to leave the state. Yeah. So I disappear. Anybody who knows me, I disappear when I go out of town. And I came back, and the plane was they're about to pick us up for the plane. And when I came home, everything was packed in my bag and the luggage. And I'm like, I don't even know this guy. And ever since then, I just can never take that away from him. So he has my gratitude forever.
That's a nice
I got a story to tell of myself, okay? I got a story to tell of myself. I mentioned that first battle that we did and all the other battles we did. I remember after every single one, Palmer was like, damn, you smoke Jose, like, yo. He was like, man, Jose, he's super wild. I packed his bags one time, and his clothes stank. His clothes stank. So now that you know this information, what do you guys say about Palmer?
I still can't take that. You can't do. There's certain things you can't take away from people.
I'm just kidding. On the note of Palmer, though, with you having so much respect to him, and I think it's really dope to hear that, man. We're having fun here, but like when you go and you battle against somebody that you have the utmost respect for, I think that can be just as powerful and produce such a dope battle when it's like rivals or whatever, man. So what can you say going against somebody you respect like that? Does that make you hype? I know y'all battled so many times before in Houston in so many different settings, man, but what can you say about this time on this stage?
Yeah, I still have the same feeling. So when the first time I battled him to this day, I guess because I started in 08, so Moy and Little John didn't live here, so like Palmer was the king. I'm talking about the king here, and this is unstoppable. So my goal, I never thought we would travel or anything in my life. I'm like, man, that's for the pros. And then it was just Palmer, like, maybe one day I'll get to beat him just one time, and that'll be it. That was the end for me. That was the epitome of my breaking.
Make some noise, y'all. Give it up for Jose. Why is your name Scumbag? You're really nice, man. Yeah.
John C. and Angel. I mean, that's all I gotta say.
Shout out Hazardous Zombies, man. Renegades. Yes. Yes. Going over to Palmer, man. My brother.
You don't even have to ask me. I hope we all get a tie. Like that.
This is the friendliest matchup. Yo, with same thing with Jose, you being able to accept this on last notice, man, from breaking. Thank you.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
Y'all sent the bat signal.
Sent the bat signal. Palmer signal. Just a hand in the sky with a bald spot. That's right.
He had to throw it in there. He's my brother.
Y'all might get me and Palmer talking mess about each other. But yo, you heard Jose say how much respect he has for you, and what, like, I guess on the opposite side of it, when I know you have the same amount of respect for Jose and the experience you have, and how many times have y'all battled. So what are your feelings going into this on a last minute notice, and somebody who respects you like Jose?
I'm gonna feel bad if I win. I mean, shoot, like. No, I'm playing, man. I'm playing. No, but I will say how I'm psyching myself up. I'm pretending that like we did a whole top 64, and then I got into the top 8, and I'm with Victor, I'm with Pookie, and everybody. And I'm like, dang, I got into the top 8 already. So that's how I'm dealing with it mentally. All right, guys.
Yes, and I want to ask this. I haven't asked this to any competitors, but the round format is 3-3-5. So for me coming up under your training and we've always gone long rounds. So how do you feel about 3-round battles versus 1 round or 2 are going into it?
I'm like wine, baby. You know what I'm saying? Get better as it goes on. You know what I'm saying?
Really bitter?
No, better. Not bitter. Yeah, not better, not bitter. All right.
Yo, but thanks to both of you guys for accepting this and going through the procedures to, have everything safe. So everyone make some noise for Palmer and Jose, y'all. Give it up. So wait, sit down. Hold on. Not you, Randy. Palmer. Sit down. First up, let me get Randy and Gilu for their photo opportunity. Make some noise, y'all. Give it up. Give it up. 3 rounds each. Randy and Gilu, y'all. Give it up. Make some noise. And then the face-off. The friendliest face-off in the land. Rascal Randy and Gilu, y'all. Give it up. Give it up. Then Palmer versus Scumbag Jose. 3 rounds each. Havoc Koro, Renegades. Havoc Koro and Renegades, y'all. Face off. That's right. Get a little closer. Make some noise, y'all. Give it up for Palmer and Jose. We're going to go straight into the fourth battle, the last battle of each bracket. Up to the stage, can I get Sunny, B-Girl Sunny, and B-Girl Pepsi? To the stage to my left and my right. And for the B-Boys, can I get Gravity and Matita? Gravity and Matita. Gravity on my left, Matita on my right. Or the other way around. Let's get Gravity over here. Sunny, you can take a seat. So, the last battles on both sides of the bracket, starting with the B-Girls. We got Sunny representing New York. We also got Pepsi representing the East Coast, Philadelphia ties residing in Indianapolis. Is that right? Somebody said what? No? Okay. I know. You can correct me, Pepsi. That's what it is. Kentucky. Okay. I was just checking. So, now that we figured out where they're from, or at least I did, we're gonna go to Sunny first. Sunny, this isn't the first on-site battle you've done in a year and a half. You were represented recently at BC1, and I think when we talk about USA B Girls, I know your name is always mentioned. So coming off of a battle like BC1 on a platform and going into another, Do you feel like the experience in that helped you in this one? Like, how do you feel coming into this one and everything that's gone over the past year and a half?
I mean, I was super grateful to be in BC1, and I'm just really grateful to be here again. I think I got some more jitters out at BC1 that I probably would have had to get out here if I hadn't done that. But at the same time, like, I kind of just try and approach every battle like I'm just grateful, I'm lucky to be here, and I'm just gonna, do what I came to do and have fun. So
Awesome. Yes, I think that's great. And I know we were talking about the bracket and the predictions earlier. I know you were one of the top picks as well. And I think hearing your mentality, knowing your style of dance, I think maybe you don't really pay attention so much to that stuff when you just go out and represent. But how do you feel coming into it with, I guess, overdog pressure and Pepsi being up and coming, I guess, or whatever it may be? How do you feel like that ties into your strategy or preparing for the battle?
I don't really think about the other dancers when I enter a battle. It's really about just like going out and doing me. So like it doesn't really matter what my standing is or whatever people think about me, because at the end of the day it's about how I feel, what I do, whether I did what I came to do, and whether I just kind of showed who I am. So that kind of stuff doesn't usually really affect me. So like I think it's dope to be part of this and dope to be able to battle Pepsi, but it could be anybody, and I'm just kind of glad to be here and glad to show who I am.
Awesome. Make some noise for Sunny, y'all. Give it up. New York represented. And Pepsi, Midwest representative. How do you? I said this in the podcast, but in our online battle for Break Free Day, there was a couple of moments that always stick out for me, and you had one of them, and it was a connection like to the music and you bugging out, and it was you hitting these knee rocks, and like how hard is it to display that type of energy over an online battle? So, I think that's a testament to the type of dancer you are, like feeding off vibes and bugging out and going out like that. So that was in an online battle. Now that you're going into an on-site battle and feeding off this culture and feeding off the stories and the vibes, how are you feeling coming into this?
I'm ready. Like, I was talking to my mentor before we got up here, and I'm like, yo, man, I just want to make sure that I stay true. Because I feel like going against someone who does, like, power moves, got a lot of tricks and gimmicks, like, a lot of times you feel like you got to match that and, like, kind of come with some, like, nice tricks. And I'm like, but I got some tricks up my sleeve. Like, don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a dance, you know what I'm saying? So I came to dance, and I'm going to continue with that.
Yeah, make some noise for Pepsi, y'all. She's a dancer. She goes out to music. You heard it from her. So last question, Pepsi. What can you spoke a little bit about, Sunny and her style, but how do you feel being the underdog, and how do you feel going against somebody with experience like that? What can you say about Sunny and your knowledge of her and how that plays into you coming into this battle?
I feel like whenever it's someone who's known, you can't just beat them. You really gotta take them out. It can't be close. But I don't think of myself as an underdog. People just don't know who I am because, I'm up and coming. I'm just starting to battle on this level. But I know for sure that my dancing is superior. And I've only been breaking for 5 years, and I believe it's taken a lot of girls more time to get to the level that I'm at. So.
Make some noise, y'all. Pepsi. I want to toss it back over to Sunny because I think Pepsi sounds really confident, and I think you sounded confident in your own way too. So when you hear that, have y'all battled before? Have y'all ever battled? This will be the first time y'all's battled. Okay, so now that you know who Pepsi is and you've heard her be confident about it, how does that make you feel about the battle?
I mean, same thing. I'm not going to change anything I do. I'm just going to go out and be me and dance and have fun, and whatever happens, happens.
Some noise for Sunny and Pepsi, y'all. Last battle, fourth battle of the B-girl bracket. Last battle of the B-boy bracket. We got Gravity versus Matita. Chile versus Phoenix, New York, y'all. If y'all didn't know, this was the final battle in one of our Break Free online battles, and Gravity actually came out on top in that battle. If you guys didn't see our Break Free awards, this battle was the second place voting by 2 votes for the battle of the year. And I remember watching this from the studio, and I talked about the energy being felt for online battle. Like, y'all two had the entire studio jumping, man, and it was an electrifying battle. So I think this is one of the illest storylines because, you know, even with COVID and everything going on the past 2 years, you see this digital experience. You see digital Matita versus digital Gravity, but now we're seeing Matita versus Gravity. So I want to open it up to Gravity first. And, you know, I think I can answer this for you already. That was probably the first time you saw Matita when you battled him there. So, you know, how do you feel after that battle? What was your first impression on Matita? And now coming into this for an on-site battle, do you think that changes, or is it the same type of strategy or approach whenever you were doing it online against him?
I think it was only exciting to watch because he was breaking in a small space and I was breaking in a big space. So I think the point is here is like he'll get the chance to have equal amount of space, equal amount of room, and I don't know. It was only exciting because he was able to answer in a small amount of space. If it was the same amount of space, it wouldn't have been exciting. I don't think it was that difficult at all.
So you're saying like a level playing field now.
Yeah, I don't think there was now there's a level playing field, but it's not going to be a difference in skill.
Huh. Matita, I think you've been built like a small room master. Like, you know, you coming out of that. So if he's saying like you don't have that story now, you don't have the small room, does that matter to you?
First of all, I want to say I was expecting way more shit talking coming from Palmer. The first time, so I'm going to do his work. So there's no small room anymore, baby. So you better get ready. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
I'm ready. I have been mentally here already since long back ago. So there's no much he can do.
So you think you coming from a small room and this is your first time in the United States, y'all. This is the first time Matita coming to the U.S. and being able to vibe out and like I think, you know, you being able to make a mark and put Chile on the map from what you did in the digital experience. I mean, from what we're hearing now, we're saying that might not be, you know, be able to be utilized in this now, but you're saying you think you can do even better than what you were doing in that room, right?
I think I'm gonna do way better. So he better don't sleep on me because he's gonna go back home in the first round.
Gravity. What do you got to say? He's saying he's busting out of that room, that small room. He's coming on the big stage for you.
At the end of the day, like I'll be honest, it's really the judge's job. So I look at the judges here, you know what I'm saying? They know their job. And at the end of the day, I'll keep it super, super funky. Gravity obtained the thing that everybody feared most. I learned how to take my time. Say less.
I don't care who's judging, I'm just doing that. So you shouldn't care about that.
Gravity learned how to take his time.
Yo,
okay.
Chile versus USA, Chile versus New York. It was a digital experience. Now it's a real life experience, man. I gotta shout out my brother Gravity for, you know, he was also a replacement as well for Hong Ten, but he was one of our top choice after that.
Got 4 kids, 2 dogs, still does this every single day. I have the biggest challenge on the planet. I'm about to show you what hard work is, boy. Come on. Let's take these pictures, bro.
This ain't a chat box. This ain't a chat box, y'all. This is real life. Gravity versus Matita. Y'all make some noise for the last battle of the 4th round. Can I get Sunny versus Pepsi to the front for their photo op? 3 rounds each, y'all. Midwest versus East Coast. Make some noise for Pepsi versus Sunny, y'all. Give it up, give it up. Oh, yeah, and that is the B-girl bracket to face off. Don't smile. Make some noise, y'all. Give it up for the B-girl bracket. And then last but not least, let's get Gravity and Matita, Chile versus USA. This ain't online, this is real life. This is real life. 3 rounds each. This ain't a small room. This ain't a small room. Make some noise for Matita versus Gravity, y'all. Give it up. And that is Space City Classic 2021, y'all. Make some noise. Give it up. Don't forget to tune in live Saturday, 7 p.m. CST